Hi, my name is Victor Assad, and I am the author of Hack Recruiting. With Hack Recruiting, I am encouraging CEOs and HR to understand and to join the new world of digital technology that is hitting HR. And with this technology, HR now can build brand just like marketing has built brand. Identify new job candidates, attract them to the company, and do all sorts of other wonderful things with HR with chatbots. And there's a whole new world opening up here. Today, I am with Beth White, and Beth is the founder, and as she likes to say, the chief bot at MeBeBot. And Beth has done a very interesting study on HR's readiness for artificial intelligence, and she's done that with some other wonderful companies here in Austin, and she's here to talk to us about it. So, greetings to you. Welcome.
Yes,
Happy to have you with us, and tell us about your survey.
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, it was a great collaboration effort between Workology. If you've not been to the Workology website, Jessica Miller-Merrill has been producing super valuable content for HR leaders, recruiters, for almost 10 years now. So she conducts a number of different research projects and surveys over time. And myself and Angela Hood, the CEO and founder of ThisWay Global, we all decided that we needed to understand our market a little bit better. We needed to understand how ready is HR and recruiting for leveraging AI technologies inside their organizations. I mean, we had read results from Deloitte and Accenture and some of the larger firms, but many of us are marketing and working to help solve business problems for the small and mid-sized markets as well. And a lot of times the larger entities like Deloitte, they talk to a lot of the Fortune 100 to Fortune 1000 organizations, and they may miss a lot of the average company practitioners that may not have those budgetary dollars that other organizations have. And our solutions fit very nicely into all different size organizations as well as budgets, but it was really trying to understand, are they thinking about these types of technologies and tools? How are they thinking about them? When would they be interested in implementing, and what kinds of business problems can we help them solve?
All right,
so
terrific.
That was
I'm
the
excited.
core focus of the study.
Okay. What did you learn?
Well, we learned a number of awesome things. Well, first of all, we learned that there was a great need to do some education and help demystify a little bit about what is AI, because it sounds so ominous. It sounds like the movies, Minority Report, 2001 Space Odyssey, what is AI?
Never trust a computer named Hal.
That's right. That's right. He has a mind of his own, right? And so what we really understood is that we had a need to educate a little bit and make sure people understood that there are things that they're using in their daily lives today, like Siri, Alexa, their Google Home device, that leverage AI. And these are things that Google Maps, getting from point A to point B, that is leveraging AI. So we are using it in our daily lives, and how can we take some of these core fundamental technologies and apply it to HR business problems? So first thing we learned is there's just a need to break down, what is AI? And once we did that, we also asked people about what were their big initiatives for the coming year. So what are your core pain points that you're trying to solve? Where are your budgetary dollars and time and effort going to be spent? And many people indicated that recruiting, in our low unemployment market is a very big hot topic. And I know in your book, Hack Recruiting, you address so many areas of recruiting that need reinventing, and you give some specific examples, processes, and tools to help get recruiters on a path to understanding that. Well, they need the help because apparently it's one of the top initiatives.
Many surveys of CEOs say talent and recruiting is number one this year.
It is. And then once you have found that valuable, talented person to add to your company, how are you going to onboard that individual? So onboarding having that be more of a seamless process and a
Yes.
positive experience
Yeah.
is a high priority.
Okay.
And then, of course, you now have that individual, and we now have 5 generations of people in the workforce
Right.
that all have very different, I guess, perspectives of what they want out of their career and their
Yeah.
employer.
Yeah.
And it's a very unique time for HR. And so thinking through career development
Yeah.
and how you're going to grow your employees
Yeah.
to get them to actually stay within your company
Yes.
longer is a core focal area of HR, and I'm
Right.
really glad to see more time being spent on that aspect.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's always, total rewards programs, what benefits matter, etc. So those were some of the key focus areas.
Okay.
On top of it, as far as priorities, we leveraged a kind of a title called the future workplace. Like, what would
Right.
it take to create the future workplace?
Yeah.
What's missing from your organizations in order to have a future forward workplace?
Right.
And a lot of organizations in our survey results indicated that better tools and
Right.
solutions for communications
Uh-huh.
and collaboration are
Okay.
essential.
All
And
right.
that was a key initiative
Well, okay.
that came
Yeah.
out. And then on top of it is, better ways to understand their employees and their
Okay.
desires to grow their career and what that
Okay.
looks like
That's
to
huge
them.
by the research, yeah.
Right? And then the third area is just really understanding how to better use change management and enable it to define better processes so
Okay.
that some of the administrative work becomes
Yeah.
less burdensome
Okay.
to individuals.
All right.
And then as far as how we see, in our survey, how AI will help candidates and
Yeah.
employees, again, a lot of it is around the recruiting and onboarding. Of course, there's so many cool technologies
Yeah.
like ThisWay Global has
Yeah.
products and solutions for the market that definitely
Right.
help with automating and
Yeah.
speeding up the sourcing and screening of candidates without
Yes.
bias too.
Yes, I use that tool. It's very
It's
effective.
pretty fabulous. And another key area that HR wants to see AI help is free up time. So how can we do that? And
Okay.
the HR TalkBot's main initiative today is to really free up some of HR's time
Yeah.
in things like frequently asked questions that can take up a lot more of your day
Yeah.
than you really realize. So freeing up some time is very valuable to HR. Having systems and tools be more accessible
Right.
to employees, no matter
Yeah.
whether they're in the U.S., outside the U.S., remote workers,
Right.
they're part of the mobile workforce,
Yes.
etc. Even accommodating to different types of disabilities is a key focal area that AI can address.
Right.
And then, of course, just giving the organization more of a modern experience.
Right.
But one of the secret parts of AI, too, that people don't focus enough on is all the valuable data.
Yeah.
And how we have the ability to gather data in a more streamlined, easy manner.
That's
and,
important.
and Exactly, and apply algorithms to actually show us what to do with that data.
Right.
So HR for years has dealt with a lot of data,
Yeah.
but not the ability to actually be able to digest it in a way that makes it actionable
Right.
after the fact.
Okay.
So call it autopsy data, things like turnover reports.
Sure.
Well, what do? The
Yeah.
person's already left the company,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the one area that I focus on a bit is where did the budgets live
Oh,
for
yeah.
AI,
It's huge.
because it is huge.
Yeah.
A lot of hands are tied for HR people and recruiters
Yep.
to leverage new types of technologies and tools because of this topic of money. Who's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to pay for it, and how is it going to get it
Right.
resolved?
What's the return on the investment?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Surprisingly, there was a large portion that had no budget at all for
Yeah.
AI. About
Yeah.
30%
Yeah.
had not even begun considering earmarking dollars for that.
We're on a new era here.
Yes, we are. However, the good news is over 33% said they were going to be earmarking some dollars for
Great.
AI technologies in the coming year.
Great.
I think a lot of the thought leaders in HR have been strong promoters of getting ahead of this instead of behind it.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be pretty huge.
Uh-huh.
But what was really interesting in the survey was seeing how some of the dollars to pay for AI were going to come from other departments, such as IT
Okay.
and operations,
Good.
which really does excite me because
Sure.
that means people are thinking about the employee experience
Right.
holistically
Yep.
instead of just in a
Broadly
silo.
across the company.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Excellent.
Exactly. And then I know one statistic that Jessica and Angela like a lot is, demystifying the whole implementation time frame for AI
Sure.
technologies. I think people hear AI and they think back to the days of implementing a brand new payroll
Sure.
system or a new HRCM
Yeah.
solution, and
Yeah.
how time consuming and
Yes.
and
6 months.
6 months to a
Easy,
year,
yeah.
easy.
Depending on the size, you bet.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And that's what we saw from our study is that many
Okay.
people thought that it would take that same amount of
Yeah.
time to implement AI. But Angela Hood and ThisWay Global can have you up and running in a matter of hours and days.
Right.
MeBeBot's HR TalkBot can
Yeah.
be implemented in a matter of weeks.
Yeah.
So it's not as tricky to get started in AI technologies as people think.
Okay. Well, that sounds terrific. And Beth, thank you for explaining these results to us.
Thanks for having me on your podcast.
You're more than
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Victor.
All right. And if you get the chance, check out MeBeBot, and also go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble and look at my book, Hack Recruiting. Talk to you all soon.